All right, call this meeting to order. Determine there's a quorum. Commissioner Wardlow's here, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Nettleton, Commissioner Flores, and myself. We have a quorum. If y'all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Vasquez, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approving or amending minutes. Move.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Citizens' comments. I have none. Approving monthly reports from elected officials.
Move.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Approving bills for payment.
Move. Second.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Auditors report.
Motion approved. Second.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Budget adjustments. A, $4,740.60 to other computer maintenance from available appropriations Vista group. What is this now?
This is documentation. What did we use it for last year? What did you all use it for? Your documents and
we're scanning documents.
Right. You did. You took that out of records management reservations for county. There was a recent court case, Texas Supreme Court, where those fees and fines cannot be used for general fund revenue, and that was considered this. In fact, they've gone so far that they've even cut out and even split it. Now the fee goes all to the county clerk to be used on the judicial side. So I can put you in contact with your council, in contact with the person, Marjorie Johnson, our OCA. Clarification.
And was the ruling after we'd already paid?
Yes, the ruling was after we already paid. That's why we're just bringing it to our attention now, because this is the next
So
time
when
that's
we
happened.
go from here forward, since now we have a ruling, or I mean, this is going backwards.
This is for this year.
Correct. This is for this year.
Not for last year.
Yeah. Correct.
But we'd already paid it,
We already paid it, but
and then the ruling came out afterwards.
correct.
So why would we have to go backwards if we didn't have the
I
ruling?
guess we have to look at the ruling, if they grandfathered anything through the ruling, because the ruling could dictate different.
I'll make a motion to have the council review it, leave it where it is. If he deems that it's not, then we take it out of contingency.
Okay.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item B, $3,341.18 to Road and Bridge capital outlay from available appropriations. Which one's this one?
This is to put new desk in for our office. It's real cluttered in there. We came up with an L-shaped setup that would fit better, so that's what this is for.
Contingency.
I'll make a motion to take out a contingency.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Treasury report, this is the good one.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 11, discussion on immigrants. Again, it's the same thing. They keep coming. They did appoint a new commissioner to our area from Bortro under Secretary Mayorkas. He came and visited last week.
They're gonna leave the gate open.
Well, Sheriff Joe Franks Martinez started on one side, and I guess our biggest concern, other than the actual immigrants, but I guess our biggest concern is our Bortro, just the morale and stuff that's not, and that's pretty much a lot of what was said and was told to this commissioner was that, you've got agents that are training and have trained to do certain things, and now you've got them behind a desk.
We're going backwards with the rules and laws.
Yeah. So the morale for the agents was, I think, the biggest concern that we expressed. I did tell him that it just seemed like he was. First, I did thank him for coming, but then I did tell him that it just seemed like there was another dog and pony show. But, he got an earful from everybody. He said he would take it into advisement.
Which means I ain't doing nothing.
Every time I talk, I seem to insert my foot in my mouth. But yes, yeah, the thing is that, again, like I told him, we went to, they have one area down there that they had for, I guess, parts and stuff like that. They turned it into waiting areas because there was like different little, I don't know, I'm going to say cells. They weren't really cells. It's like they held different parts, but they were lockable, cages that were lockable. They had over 200 in this one area. And then you had agents sitting behind a table, a white plastic table, that for them to get up to go to the restroom or whatever, everybody that was sitting on the table had to get up and move for that one agent to get around. That's how crammed they were in this facility. And nobody in the facility is tested. So now you've got agents that they're taking whatever is out there home with them. We had heard at the beginning, and it was the same thing, they said it with our first responders. Well, that's what they signed up for. Well, that's bullshit. Nobody signs up to take something that will hurt your family home. So,
May I say something?
yes, sir.
There's agents that had COVID 2-3 times. You know, I mean, due to this, that a lot of immigrants are coming in and they're not vaccinated. The other thing that I noticed, traffic slowed down quite a bit. I mean, I don't see that many down there on the river. I've got a house down there, so I'm out there, 2-3 times a day. But, the traffic kind of slowed down. Troopers are not there like they used to be. So I hope they're taking a break or something, but I don't see that much traffic.
And the other thing also, sir?
With Operation Lone Star, they're focusing on other parts of South Texas.
Okay.
Where it's heavier traffic over there.
One of the other things that was also told to him, and you brought it up on multiple occasions, Commissioner Nettleton, was that once you get past Comstock, there's no presence. There's nothing out there, except immigrants. Border Patrol, and again, not throwing rocks at the agents or the individuals here. They're doing the best they can with the resources that they're doing an excellent job with the resources that they have. But all this was brought to his attention. He said he would, he appreciated everybody being candid, and he'd take it under advisement or whatever those words are that are politically correct. I think, again, I don't think there's going to be a damn thing done. It is sad, and Joe Frank, our sheriff, was the first one to start the conversation about our Border Patrol agents. They're part of us. I mean, whether they're from here or not, they're still part of us. We see them every day. They're our family, and some of them are literally our family. And to have to put them through the conditions that they're going through is not right. And then you have agents that have, sort of gone up through the ranks and everything, and you've got them doing paperwork versus not doing their job. It seemed like you'd hire more people to do the paperwork and let the agents go do what they were trained to go do. But that's just my opinion. Any other comments on immigrants? Okay, item 12, discussion matters relating to COVID. I think we did a clinic yesterday. I tried to get the numbers from the clinic yesterday, Commissioner Vasquez. I didn't have them, or I didn't get them yet. 42. 42? Okay. So 42 individuals were vaccinated. I think we've got another clinic on Wednesday at the Casa de la Cultura, in Precinct 1, and then we've got another clinic Thursday at the community center.
It'll be a drive-through.
There's the community center. Right? At the community
Yes,
center?
at the community.
The hours, Commissioner?
12 to 5.
Okay, and I think we're waiting to see something about the precinct 3. I think we're still waiting.
Yeah, what I'm waiting, what I really asked them to do was what we need out in the rural areas, testing, availability to testing. So Roland's working on trying to come up with something where we can have either a testing site or some at-home test available to the people up in Comstock, Lane Creek, Box Canyon.
And we have quite a few tests still, Commissioner, so whichever one you want to do, tell Roland, and then if you want to sort of get it to their homes.
Yeah. We visited with him and we're trying to come up with a plan on that.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Item 13, approving the 2022 annual membership dues for the South Texas County Judges and Commissioners Association. We have an account says out of dues.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Approving a proclamation to dedicate the month of March as American Red Cross Month.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Discussion possible action on setting a date and time for the next Commissioners Court due to the election. The election is on Tuesday, and that is our next Commissioners Court, so I don't know.
Motion good, March the 3rd.
Okay.
You sure? March the 3rd? Isn't it right, Rich? That's, what,
March
Thursday?
It's a Thursday.
It's a Friday?
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Mhm.
So March 4th.
March 4th, Judge.
How does it work out for payroll?
You guys are fine wherever you need to.
Okay, so it's up to y'all then, March 3rd or March 4th? Commissioner,
March 4th.
March 4th would be fine.
That'd be good.
9 o'clock?
Yes. I'll
Okay.
second that motion, I mean. Did you get a second or not? No?
It looked like both of y'all were first. Commissioner Wardlaw, made the motion, March 4th, which is on a Thursday at 9 o'clock. Commissioner, Flores, second that motion. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Sir?
It's a Friday.
Oh, Friday, I'm sorry. Yes, it will be here. It's Friday.
Don't we need to specify exactly in the motion where, when, what, and everything?
I think,
Yes.
you may want to reword it just to make sure you specify the location of the addition. I know you clarified it, Judge, but that wasn't part of the motion.
Okay. Martin, y'all, is your motion to have it March 4th, which is on a Friday, here at Commissioners Court, where we usually have it, at 9 o'clock? Is that your motion? Correct. Okay. Commissioner Flores, do you accept?
Second accept.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank y'all. It does take a village to raise the child. Item 16, discussion possible action on the battered woman shelter. Y'all don't mind tabling this till after executive session?
Motion table. Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. 16. Item 17, discussion possible action on hot tax funds to be used for the George Paul Memorial Bull Riding. I think we've always given 4,800, if I'm not mistaken.
What does that equate to with the 4,800 plus the fees that we charge?
I think,
What are the fees that we charge the treasurers?
we charge, $1,000, a day. So it's $2,250, a month for rental, for March, April. That's 700, about 2,700, and then we charge another 700 and some odd dollars to move the bleachers. So a little over $3,000.
500 cleanup fee.
And 500 cleanup fee. So it's right under 4,000.
So we get it for free. And did we get a report on what this money's being spent on? No?
Maybe not, but that's an excellent idea. Should we do that?
I would like to see a report on what it's being spent on.
We usually get a report before, but we never get the final. We get the budget and never the actuals. So we want to go with actuals?
It's up to the court. I just want to see a report on what the money's being spent on. And that it meets the requirements of the hotel motel tax.
Well, it will. I mean, there's no.
So when he gives you the budget, we work off the budget, and as soon as the event's over, he needs to bring us
The actual.
what it was actually spent for. That way we
Unless you
can
just
have it
wanna-
for the following year.
Yeah,
Because it's gonna be real hard it'll be real hard before to
and
actually.
this isn't a 501, is it?
No, it is a for-profit.
So if it's for profit, we really shouldn't even be heading out the door until it's done. Until after the fact. Right? More than likely.
He's saying yes.
Yeah, more than likely. So should we just do that then? Show us receipts after it's done?
Okay.
Okay.
So the
I'll
money,
make that in form of a motion.
all right.
What's the motion?
Well, you're gonna still dedicate $4,800 upon receipts.
So your motion would be to dedicate the $4,800, but that money not to be expensed or to be given for the George Paul Memorial Bull Riding until after he presents factual, expenses.
Sounds good. All right.
I have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw,
Second.
second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Opposed? Aye.
4-1. Commissioner Middleton opposed. Item 18, discussion possible action to approve hot tax funding for the upcoming nonprofit fundraiser next month, Valley River, for Hope. This is a deal that they have over 80% of their, come on up. Yeah, come on up, guys. Yeah, you have to adjust the camera, she's tall. Oh, my God. When you look at the graphics of who shows up, 80% are from outside of the county, from other counties. 20% are from here. Just off the top, basically over 14%, right off, well over $14,000 was given, for cancer, is a report that I had, out of monies that they raised. So it is, basically the funds that they received goes to.
This is a 501, right, Judge?
Yes.
How much you're asking for?
5,000 is what we did last year.
Motion to approve 5,000.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? 5-0 vote, ma'am.
Thank you all.
You
Thank you
did
all.
good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Item 19, discussion possible action on the 6 acres by Laughlin Air Force Base and court costs to be paid from available appropriations. We can table this one.
Motion to table.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 20, approving Valverde County Target Range Facility Grant Agreement funded by Texas Parks and Wildlife Department for professional services, design, engineering, and other pre-construction expenses related to state, federal, environmental, and cultural historical requirements needed to assist the feasibility of constructing the Valverde County Target Range Facility and authorize county judge to sign.
I'll second that for discussion.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores.
And we picked an area for this facility,
We actually have it on the map.
but it's not a for sure spot.
So that's the one that we
Spot
picked.
that we applied for the grant with.
And he had presented.
It's been surveyed and everything. We got meets and bounds and everything.
What we
on there.
did is we went out and the meets and bounds. I'm back to y'all again. The meets and bounds, of that survey, he has already, and we've actually already pinned it, and it's flagged. We've not done anything because of the environmental, but we do have the 4 corners of the property. Here, let me show you. This is another one right here.
Yeah.
Here, look. The base camp is this area right here. The base camp is right now.
So the loop is,
This is SO 79.
Okay.
And then right here.
so it's back here.
It's on the other side.
277, where's 277?
Over here.
Okay.
277-90, and then right here's the camp, and if you go down this road here, it comes back over here.
The reason I'm asking this, because, a couple of us commissioners, we've never set foot on that SC Ranch. We'd like to, maybe one of the days, schedule a tour of the place.
Whenever you don't wanna go.
Yeah, 'cause I never set one foot on that property. Since we just bought it.
It's this one here. Right here's 277, right here's 90, and right here's the base.
All right.
When you go out, you're gonna see like a bunch of, military and stuff. That's that triangle right there.
All right.
And then you come up, and right here's the shooting range. And you're shooting, you won't be shooting into the floodway, but you're shooting towards the floodway. That way nothing spilled.
And this is Laughlin?
Laughlin's right here, in this area. Commissioner, whenever you wanna go out, give us a call, and we'll take y'all out.
I've never been.
Huh?
I've never been.
If y'all call the office. And then what we'll do is we'll get you to take one at a time, and then we'll get Carlos to ride with us. That way he can show us exactly where that's at.
I've already been out there,
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir.
good? Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 21, approving contract for project administration from Esser and Company Consulting LLC for septic system projects using American Rescue Plan funds and authorize county judge to sign.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 20.
How can we get the word out on this?
We can put it in the paper and then, sorry?
We can advertise and.
We can put it in the paper and then put it on our website.
I would like to recommend that.
Okay.
Do you have to apply and qualify for this, or anybody can
You
benefit
have to
from it?
apply, and there's guidelines for it also.
Okay.
Any other questions? No, sir. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 22, granting authority for county judge and county auditor to sign draw number 8, Form A203, requesting funds for engineering services, KSA invoice number ARIV 1001384, in the amount of $3,569.40 for TX CDBG 7219085, San Felipe Pastures, Vega Verde, and Rise Estate.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 23, discussion approval of changing the position of Fairgrounds Manager to a foreman position and change the pay to $48,075.46.
Motion. Second.
Motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Flores, any discussion?
I have issues with both of these two. I think the fairground should be under control of the Commissioners Court, and the court should decide who they want to hire to run the fairground. And I think that the pay should be raised higher than that so we can attract an individual that would be more qualified for this job. But that's my personal opinion.
Commissioner Wardlaw, you're keeping with your motion, Commissioner Flores?
Yes, sir.
Second?
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor? Commissioner Vasquez?
I said, yes, sir.
Commissioner Wardlaw? Aye. Commissioner Flores?
Aye.
All those against?
All right,
Aye. 3-2 vote. Item 24, discussion approval of appointing a building maintenance fairgrounds foreman, Tomas Velasquez, as foreman, base pay $48,075.46.
Motion.
Second.
Second. I have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against?
Aye.
3-2 vote. Item 25, discussion possible action on approving 3 additional members, Clay Seawalt, Rusty Seawalt, and Tony Hernandez to the Fairgrounds Committee.
I think this court needs to make a decision about what it wants to do for this committee to have direction. And I think that we should wait in appointing additional members until this court has made a decision about what direction they want to go.
Do I have a motion? Motion. A motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second.
Second.
Commissioner Vasquez. I'd spoke, don't mind if we have a little discussion. I'd spoke with a couple of them. Matter of fact, a couple of these individuals, I'm partners with. And it isn't that I don't support them. It isn't that I don't support the committee that's there. It isn't that I don't, support Tony Hernandez or Clay or Rusty. But the conversation that I had with Mr. Murdoch on Friday, I explained to him that I don't think we're allowing them to succeed for the simple reason that this court has not given any type of direction which way we want to go. If y'all are wanting to do this, which it will pass right now, but again, there's no direction, and the committee is, for lack of a better word, one-sided. If you were going to do a committee, it would seem like you want to have individuals from the sports league and everybody else on there. But either way, I just think we're setting the committee up to fail. But all those in favor?
Aye.
The 3 of them? Against?
All right.
3-2 vote, motion passes. Item 26, discussion and possible action of approval of recommendations from American Rescue Plan Committee for the use of ARPA funds.
We have provided y'all with a list. These funds still have to be tracked into what projects we're doing and what we're expending them on. You'll have a list in your packet that breaks down the usages that we are recommending for the American Rescue Plan money. You have public health at $473,254.94. Housing support at $500,000. Sewer infrastructure, which is septic tanks and stuff, at $275,000. Broadband at $200,000. The elevator repairs for the 3 buildings at $500,000, and then $2 million for parks, which would be $250,000 for each precinct, $500,000 for the fairgrounds, and $500,000 for the Alcoa field. That is the recommendation of the committee. I will make a motion to approve as presented.
Is there anything for a special project like, road and bridge, repaving
No,
roads?
not at this time, because that equates to all the funds that we have received as to this point. There is an additional allotment of funds once those are spent, that then we can make that decision.
Okay,
Right?
that's correct. But we have our report at the end of April. Now, since the second tranche isn't due for 365 days after the first tranche, it might be to our benefit to claim that remainder under revenue laws,
We can
so that it can show that it's spent. What we don't want to get is file a report that's not showing all the money being spent or encumbered or allotted, and having those funds held up, knowing that the funds have a time limit that they need to be spent or contract to be spent.
We have in that $3,948,000 on the revenue loss, which would be the remainder.
In total, that there should be an AR in there as well for another 4.7 or something?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, your hang up there is we know we have the federal supremacy clause, which can supersede Texas Constitution, and we know we have to abide by Texas Constitution once it hits that revenue loss. Once it's received into the general fund, we have different rules, just our normal public funds rules. When it's outside, it's still under the grant, where we can do a little bit, we have a little more flexibility, much like the retroactive pay or the private benefits to private septic tanks, or whatever you decide to do on these businesses. There's a little more flexibility. So,
Matt, is any of this money going to be able to be used for special projects within the precincts?
yeah, and there's already some allotted within.
I mean, I don't know, there's some big projects that going to take quite a bit of money that
Okay.
need attention, and I'm talking about roads.
Right, after the revenue loss is set, you still have to spend it on certain things. It can't go to reserves, it can't go to pensions, it can't go to debt service. So it still does have to go to projects, and we'll track those projects once the committee.
This amount that we are allocating here is 3.9. There's still an additional 4.7 million that has not been allocated that could be used for whatever the court decides to do with it. We just haven't received those funds yet.
That
We
is
should
correct.
receive them at some point, but we haven't received them, and I don't know when we're gonna receive them.
Yeah, that is correct.
So if we.
Well, the $10 million that we transferred to the general funds, ARPA money,
Okay, it was.
what's
more
the
like-
deal with that?
It was the remainder. It was the remainder after the premium pay, and I believe it was, I don't know, 3.7 maybe?
3.7.
3.7. It got transferred. We have not filed our report yet with the federal government or Treasury to state that we're going to lay claim to the full 9.5.
So you're going through the process right now, so we don't have a time that we can start using this money yet.
The first amount, the 4 point some odd million, that's what this will take care of. The rest of the money, the other 4 point some odd million, we will still have to come to the court, and the court will still have to decide what you're going to do with that. That's where that money is, for the special project or infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's where that money would come out of. That we'll have to do before April
30th.
30th.
So,
So it'll have to be brought back to the court again. Right now,
Final approval?
yeah, right now it's just a big vote on what's already been presented, but that other dollar amount, it'll have to be brought back to the court, and then at that point, y'all can take, half a million, or whatever y'all want.
We can assign projects however you want to assign them, but then we have to track all that cost so that we have a paper trail of
Absolutely.
what we
Absolutely.
spent the money on, so that when and if they do an audit for these funds, we have all of that available.
That is
So it's not
correct.
just a matter of go spend the money, we have to actually track all of the costs associated with those funds.
That is correct.
Cause I've
Division-
got a big project in mind that needs attention, like right now, it's a road. Seneca's road from the city limit signs all the way to Duck Pond, needs to be repaved. It's an old road, been there like 30 some years,
Okay,
and, it's gonna take quite a bit of money to fix it.
okay. Right, the vision on this is each project will have its own fund and that'll roll over, and we are on a time limit. So if there's any projects that we feel that maybe pushing up or
So I
going
think-
against.
I think what we can do is, the item is on the recommendations that we have right now, which is already for the 3 some odd million that we already had, that we've not spent.
Mhm.
So those are the recommendations. When we get the other money, the court will need to make a decision for April as to what those other funds will be
Okay.
spent on.
That'll work. Thank you.
Question, Judge,
Yes, sir.
are you on the committee, on this committee?
No, sir. Commissioner Nettleton, one. Commissioner Vasquez is on the committee. Tom, Carlos, David, Melissa, Matt.
I just want to ask the committee members, is this broadband, does that include cell phone expansion?
It is one thing we've asked the sheriff to look at, to visit with AT&T to see if we can assist them in putting some repeaters on some of these existing towers that we have. They're working with AT&T. We have not got an answer.
I know precinct 2, 3, and 4 have no cell phone.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Whenever you get out of, not far,
Yeah.
there's no cell phone.
We've asked the sheriff, and he is visiting with AT&T to see if there's a possibility that if we fund it, they can put some repeaters on some of our existing sheriff's office towers to expand like Punkville, Pandale, Loma Alta, those types of areas where we can get.
I would urge that.
I have a motion.
That's my motion was to approve this.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 27, discussion possible action.
Judge, I'm gonna ask that we table items 27, 28, 29, and 30, and 32 until after executive session.
Okay.
I will second
Items
that.
27, 28, 29, 30, and 32.
Till after executive session.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. I have a second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? 5-0 vote. Item 31, discussion possible action of approval requesting, county judge to prepare a letter asking the city of Del Rio, city of Eagle Pass, Maverick County to join Valverde County in requesting funds from TxDOT to expand US 277 South from Del Rio to Eagle Pass to a 4-lane highway.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Nettleton.
I've traveled that road a lot, and the Super 2, the existing, expansion they did for passing lanes is very helpful, but the truck traffic has got astronomical. And I'd like to see us and Eagle Pass work together to try to find funding to expand that to a 4-lane.
Second.
Well, we had a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 33, discussion possible action to designate an office space for the probation department at the district courthouse first floor.
Motion. I'd like to make a motion, this be tabled until March 3rd meeting, until all the commissioners and the county judge have a chance to visit and make a decision.
I will second that.
March 4th.
March 4th. That's the new date you just said.
I have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw. I have a second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? 5-0 vote. Item 34, discussion possible action to upgrade and repair district courthouse main entrance doorway and update first floor office area and hallways for safety and security of staff from available appropriations.
We've been trying to coordinate this with, District Clerk Joanne Cervantes. We still need a final list from her, and I guess we're gonna have to, no action on this until we get a list from her as to what exactly she wants fixed, upgraded, or, you know.
And there's actually funds, that, and I didn't look, I should have looked when I came, because there's a Broadway account.
Okay.
In the building maintenance, there's actually a line item that says Broadway, so
How much money do we have there?
there wasn't much. 10, I think is what was set aside. But again, I didn't look right now, Commissioner, I'm sorry.
I thought she was gonna be here at this meeting and maybe.
She's back there.
Oh, okay. You don't have the list yet, Johnny?
No.
No, okay.
You just want to table it and bring it back?
Yes, sir, table, item,
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores to table.
yes.
Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Well, let's see here. Item 35, discussion possible action on granting the district court judge authority to request and secure additional administrative office assistant for district court from the Texas Military Department related to Operation Lone Star at no cost expense to Valverde County.
Motion to approve. They've already got some of the National Guard people there helping them. And I went by the other day. Pretty good operation.
I will second that.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 36, discussion possible action on Alcoa soccer fields grading. We brought this a couple of times to the court, some money assigned, but we're looking about $20,000. I don't think we ever where we were going to get the money from.
20 to 24,000.
And this would include some on top of our baseball field, and then but the majority of the work is going to be done at the soccer end of the fields there on Frontera Road. Like I said, we brought this to the court a couple of times, but we just
We're gonna hire somebody to do it or just do it in-house?
It would be nice if we did it in-house, but we've tried that, and I think, I'm not throwing rocks, so don't y'all start. But I think you were the only ones that went.
How
So,
much grading do we have?
We need to be like for 2 weeks.
Carlos,
Yes, sir.
my crew didn't go there in
We already did,
Okay.
like one day.
one day, it's a valuable day, them being there. So don't forget to mention that.
I think I said I wasn't throwing rocks. Okay, Commissioner Flores crew went 1 day.
And I donated all the material. 3 in a row.
Existing county material?
It is what it is.
I don't know, it would be better if we could get somebody to go out there, but at this point, I mean, we need them to be able to go play soccer. So if we could get a commitment from the commissioners, it would be great. It will take 2 weeks. Somebody with a motor grader to get this done. But again, we've tried this and, you know,
I can definitely get Lupe from my crew, who's an excellent grader, to help.
and what we're gonna do,
I'll send it to you guys. I'll send it to you.
what we'll do is, he shot grades, and I was out there last week, with my level, and what we came up with was that we were gonna lower it on one end about 3 or 4 inches, and then, because already what's there, instead of trying to build up even more, what we'll do is get it cut, and we'll just shoot grades,
Okay.
set grades to.
It was Lupe on that.
You want this, just table this? Yes?
I'll send it to you.
Second,
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. And will you be able to send your people today?
My motor grader broke.
All right.
I will send them.
Now, Martin? All right. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez, and I know that wasn't appropriate to continue to talk after it was tabled, but I did. I'm sorry, David. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. I just don't want to, because you make your eyes go up. Item 37, discuss some possible action on county building base pads for exhibition aircrafts at SC Ranch next to Laughlin West Gate. The base had asked us, and they've been asking us, the planes, when you come in the old gate off of 90, they want to put some of these planes outside. That way people, they don't have to get into the base to go look at them. And this is what this is for.
But is this on county property?
It's on county property.
Okay.
So down that south gate, right? Or west gate.
They call it
It's-
Westgate.
What-
I have a hard
what is
time, I have no idea why it's Westgate. I have a hard time with that, because it needs to be south.
So that's where
It's
it's
the
based,
Westgate.
on the entrance.
The, right here.
It's the one on Loop 79.
Yeah, off of. So it'll be this area here.
Yeah.
And if you look, a little while ago, we had the other conversation. When you go out there, this right here is where the guard's at. This area here. It's across SL 79. And right there is the shooting range for 4-H. But this one here, I just took that time. It'd be this area right here.
How long will the guard be there?
Probably another year.
What improvements have they?
Another 5 years.
Will they make?
They'll be there another 5 years, because it'll take like, what, 2 to 3 years for them to move out?
Well, it didn't take them long at the fairgrounds once they figured out that they needed to move.
What do they need us to do there? What do we have to do?
Build 2 pads, base material. He's trying to get locations and the actual size of the pads. They want us to build 2 pads out of base material. And that's it.
And they're gonna be in charge of moving the aircrafts. It's just building the pads and then building 4 footings on, like little footings for the anchors.
And what Carlos wanted was guidance and approval that if y'all were okay, if the court was okay doing this, before we continue to move forward.
So how much land are we talking about?
The strip, Carlos, is,
250 feet wide.
Might as well,
I mean, right now, what they're asking for, what he's asking for right now, permission from the court, approval from the court to move forward with these plans that way. He can set them
I'll
up.
make a motion to allow him to move forward with it and then bring us back what we're gonna need to build or what we need to look at.
I will second that.
How long is that? 150 wide?
250 wide.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. And when y'all wanna go, just let us know and we'll put something together.
I'd love to.
Okay. Item 38, authorizing county judge signs a letter of offer to gift Laughlin in the amount of not to exceed $1,407,111.36, project to be completed by Valverde County for the renovation of Laughlin Air Force Base T-1A Flight Line Shack.
Is this grant money, Judge?
Yes, sir, it's all grant money. It's part of an $8.2 million that we received, that the courts received.
second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 39, authorizing county judge sign a letter of offer to gift Laughlin in the amount not to exceed $864,874.52, project to be completed by Valverde County for the renovation of Laughlin Air Force Aerospace Physiology Facility.
Grant money, right?
Second.
Yes. A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. It's grant money also. I think we've secured a little over $8.2 million, the last year and a half, 2 years.
Can, in the future, meetings, agendas, can we, state that it's grant money?
We can?
Por favor.
Is that? Por favor. All right. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 40, discussion possible action requesting Commissioner's Court to sign interlocal agreement with Tech Share Local Government Corporation. David, she said she'd tell you.
We did look at it, spoke to Matt. We'd probably like to add language, if there's going to be a motion approved, I think it should be approved. But to add language that we'll pay based on percentage of completion. I think the contract calls for the payment to be paid up front.
I'll make a
That would
motion,
not delay and
I'll make a motion to approve pending, changes needed by county attorney.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 41, approval to authorize county judge to sign 1-year maintenance agreement for 3 inspection service calls for the septic system at the sheriff's Comstock location.
Second.
You have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Vasquez seconded it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 42, discussion possible action of accepting and awarding bid 22-02 for the community center fence project. What is it?
Yes, that is, the award is for Rodriguez Fencing. That came in at the lowest bid at $56,350.
56,000?
Yeah. That was the lowest bid. So I
Okay,
think,
how much money we get insurance?
from what I understand, we have $17,565.
17,000, and it was 17,000 because we would be able to get the recoverable depreciation.
That was the line item for the fence.
But the 17,000, was it before any recoverable?
Yes, before.
Okay, so how much is did we have anything in the,
$1,000 more.
a couple of thousand, so we'd end up with 19,000. And the bid is for 56,000. Where are we getting that?
I was, thinking, is there any leftover insurance money or just, borrow some from contingency?
The leftover,
We still haven't completed all the projects with the insurance money yet. We don't even know what we're doing at the fairgrounds yet, so there's not gonna be a whole lot of money left until we figure out what direction we're doing at the fairgrounds.
and
The asbestos removal out there alone is gonna be astronomical.
We only got one bid, Miss,
We got two. but
The
that
other was
the lowest.
70, right? How much was the other one?
78.
78,000.
What kind of fence is this?
It's just,
Cattle guard fencing.
And what kind of fence? Rock
Oh.
fence?
rod pillars.
Oh, pillars, as long as.
Yeah, and then it's pipe and a stock panel. I'll make a motion that we get the difference from, contingency.
okay, so. Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner, Flores, that we get the difference between what we actually had for insurance and the recoverable depreciation put together, if we can get the recoverable depreciation, the difference to come out of
What do we have
contingency.
in contingency, Matt?
Commissioner?
37.
I don't know. There wasn't a budget report due about this court, so I didn't look at that, but you're more than fine on $30,000 contingency.
It'll be this 30,000 and then another 30.
Oh, and that's the way it always works, right?
We just set aside $250,000 for precinct 4 for parks. I mean, I guess we can take it out of there.
Take it out of revenue loss, right?
Take it out of parks.
Well, we have a motion. We have a
We already have
motion.
an existing motion.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, to take it out of contingency with a second by Commissioner Ward. Is there any other discussion?
Judge, would I be able to make a motion?
Not until this one's voted on.
Figure out. Yeah. So we'll have to vote on this one, or they need to rescind it, say no. But right now I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, and I have a second by Commissioner Wardlaw. Is there any other discussion? We're gonna take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Commissioner Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, and Commissioner Flores voted, yes. All those against, Commissioner Nettleton and myself voted no. Motion passes. Item 43, discussion and possible action on amendments to leases. A, George Paul Memorial Bull Riding. We'd already approved this. The only thing was though that, the dates were off. He gave the dates that he'd given us were off. So again, we already approved it. We need to go back. We need to approve it again. Do I have a motion to approve the George Paul Memorial Bull Ride?
Motion. Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item B, Jay Gonzalez. In the morning of, again, he had a contract that he's changing the dates, to the 22nd.
Motion.
Motion, Commissioner Wardlaw.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Discussion possible action on the use of fields for practices. A, Esteban Flores, Nat Terranza, Ray Hanselman, Ralph, Moderna.
Okay, Judge, what is it they're asking for?
They're
But you
basically,
were in charge of the fairgrounds, the parks. And you don't know what they're asking?
I know what they're asking for. Hey, I know what they're asking for, and that's, I want to bring it to light.
Commissioner,
Yes, sir.
my understanding is that they, we always go through a schedule, they set up a schedule, and these people here have just come and presented it, to the county fairground secretary that they would like to use the fields.
Okay, but there's a problem. Well, I had it, and I've had it for 8 years, and I've had it, my policy is first come, first served. Whoever speaks and pays the money is the one that qualifies. Because between these, there's a problem on who is and who isn't. And, well, it's just like the stalls. First come, first served. Who pays the money is in.
Now, what fields are we talking about? Where are they at?
Martin? Commissioner? I'm sorry, Commissioner. No lack of respect there.
It's in, out at the 60 acres in the fairgrounds and wherever.
Okay.
And, well, no, I've had that for this many years, and I've had this for, well, it's first come, first served.
Yes, sir.
And whoever pays is in.
Well, none of these people pay. What my understanding is, none of them are paying. What we've done in the past, is that we would set up a schedule, and it is first come first, whoever comes. But then there's always been an effort to try to accommodate everybody, because some people want all 5 days or 6 days or whatever, and then they don't show up once they start playing. So there was always been an effort to try to accommodate as many people, but there has been a schedule set up. Part of it is first come, first served. And like the practice fields and the fields out on Frontera Road and the fields there at, the 60 acres, which is next to Walmart, I don't believe there's ever been a charge for those. All they did is set up a schedule through the county fairgrounds department.
And that would be another good thing to do next meeting or whenever something like this comes up, to present a schedule, so it won't be a conflict with other groups that might want to use it, or, I mean, I know that y'all keeping track of it and everything, but I'd like to see the schedule, see who's.
These groups want the
Participating.
fields down at Alcoa because they need lighting, because they practice in the afternoons. They're not necessarily using the 60 acre field, they're using the ones down there because these kids come in at 6, 7 o'clock and it's dark and they need lighting. And, each one of these have travel teams that travel and they need practice fields, so they're using the baseball fields at the Alcoa because of the lighting.
Commissioner Wardlaw, what is it that you would like to do?
Commissioner Flores has a good suggestion.
So you want to just table this and bring everything back, or what do you want to do?
Okay, we'll bring it back and ask for,
A schedule?
The schedule, and then we can make a decision on it.
Okay, you have a motion to table?
Second?
I would suggest that when it comes back, that you specify where the fields are located.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good idea, 'cause yeah,
and policy on the lighting. Like Commissioner Middleton said, there needs to be a policy on that lighting.
Well, that, you always
That's a big part of it.
All right, Commissioner Wardlaw made a motion to table, for it to be brought back with, some type of schedule, and also which fields are to be used. Commissioner Flores seconded that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 45, discussion on funding security service for 41 mobile devices at an estimated cost of $3,500 for the remainder of fiscal year 21-22 security services, to include Trend Micro, Automox, and Duo.
Motion to approve.
Money to come out of.
Continuously. Or no, the sheriff, this is.
There was a line item called
Line item for
software programs.
Okay. So I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton,
Second.
second Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 46, discussion of possible action on a directive from the court. The way he writes it, on a directive from the court on assigning the remaining 2 Dell Latitude 9520s, 2-in-1s, that were approved for purchase by the court on December. Now that was a clear right? Yeah, he wrote it.
Whose are these for,
So, that was for the purpose of the digitizing of the agendas. In one commissioner's court, you all assigned 7. So there's 2 pending. I've got a request from HR and from risk management for the remaining 2. Just a
Motion to
suggestion.
approve for risk management and HR.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 47, discussion possible action to purchase equipment made necessary by a new request from TICO on procedures, filing, and documenting information related to certified positions. Equipment to include precision, workstations, document scanners, NAS device for backup system, amount not to exceed $7,500, to be taken from $141,000 that was allotted for software programs in the sheriff's budget.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 48, discussion possible action on renewing MOU between Valverde County and 63rd, 83rd District Adult Community Supervision Department.
Move.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. We might end up having to table this one till after executive session.
Yes.
Would y'all mind checking that, Commissioner?
This one?
Yes, sir.
Motion, I'll rescind my motion. And make a motion, it's the second rescind.
I'll rescind my second, yes.
And I'll make a motion to table.
Okay, Commissioner
Second.
Flores? Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores to table. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. I'll write this down. Okay, item 49, official presentation on 2021 racial profiling report.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 5-0 vote. Item 50, approving human resource report from January 19, 2022 through February 15, 2022. There's only 2. A motion, Commissioner Nettleton. Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 51, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code A 551.071, parentheses 2, attorney-client privilege, B 551.071, parentheses 1, parentheses A, contemplated litigation, C 551.072, regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, and value of real property and possible action in open session thereafter, D 551.073, regarding the negotiated contract, lease, or value of real property and possible action in open session thereafter. We'll take a little 5-10 minute break. We will go into executive session. If y'all will please get to the room.
Recording stopped.
The recording has stopped.
16.
We good? All right, Commissioners Court, come back into session. We had tabled item 16, discussion possible action on battered woman shelter.
Judge, I will make a motion, since we are in a time crunch, of when they will no longer operate the battered women shelter, that we create a department for and hire the employees that exist in the battered women shelter now. That department will be under the control of Commissioners Court with the day-to-day operations under the judge's office, and that we bring back at the next agenda a budget amendment for moving money out of the line item into a department and creating positions for this operation.
I will second that, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. We'll go to item 27. Item 27, discussion possible action of approval on rescinding or modifying September 14, 2021 court order number 21-626 and 21627 in reference to the resolution authorizing submission of local grant program application to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. This resolution states grant will be utilized at the fairgrounds.
We can either rescind the application and pull our application from Texas Parks and Wildlife, or we can request a modification that it be used at a different location. I would probably say at this time, until the court makes some final decisions, that I will make a motion to send a letter to Texas Parks and Wildlife and rescind our grant application.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I'll second. Go ahead.
Can we get more clarification on that, Judge?
On this one right here, we applied for a grant, and when we applied for the grant, we named the fairgrounds as where we were gonna do the sports complex. So, you know, in order to clarify this, we would go ahead and send a letter to them telling them, look, we're gonna drop out of that application process right now.
It doesn't mean we can't reapply at a later date once decisions are made about what we're going to do.
Mr. Esser did not recommend doing that.
Why don't we just apply for the money, for the grant for a sports complex?
Well, let's do this.
Then you're gonna have to modify your application to either change the location or change it to say a location determined at a later date.
Then we put two locations. I mean, whatever the people, the community decide.
Okay, I've got a motion, and I've got a second. And then if we take a vote and y'all wanna do something else, then we'll do something else. Does that work? Okay.
I can rescind my motion if y'all want.
Could you please?
I
Okay,
will rescind my motion.
okay, so what do y'all wanna do?
Well, keep that application, active, but we can name both areas.
Ask Mr.
And
Esser.
whatever the people, the community decide where they want a sports complex, then we'll target that area.
Here's your problem with that is when you have an application with multiple things like that, you're most likely gonna get denied. They want to define, plan and project as part of the application. So proceeding with an application that leaves multiple options on the table, you're most likely gonna get denied. And if you get denied, when we come back later, you're gonna have a harder time getting approved. The city did this like 4 times. To get their approval. It's up to y'all, whatever y'all want to do.
Did you make a motion, Commissioner?
Well, I'm just trying to figure this out. I mean, I don't wanna lose what we already have there. I mean, as to time-wise, applying for that grant. Yeah, money. Matt, can you help us with this? When it comes to the money? I mean, leaving the options open, as to where it could be built, not where it's gonna be built, but wherever the people, the community site.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will make a motion to table this item until Carl is available for discussion.
I will second that.
That would be best.
Thank you.
That was easy. Motion to table till Carl comes back. Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. And, before we go on with this, and I know we're changing locations and doing all this, if y'all will take the time to visit with Carlos and not, so we won't have this conversation in open public. But if y'all will take the time to visit with Carlos about a letter that they're willing to give us. Y'all don't mind. Okay? Again, not trying to open up the old wound, but y'all would please take the time. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 28, discussion possible action for approval of time, date, location to set up a commissioner's workshop and public meeting to determine what improvements to the fairgrounds and proposed sports complex will best benefit the community needs.
I would like to see these meetings set up for evening meetings at 6 p.m. I think we need multiple meetings. I don't know what dates people have available. We need to get through elections and all that and then start this process sometime in March. I don't know what dates work best for y'all. But I do want them in the evening and open to the public.
I'll second that for discussion. Just to add, not discuss anything, but just to add that we need to target the community residents from each precinct to make it effective.
Do we want to set some dates and times?
We could, if you want, and
I would say,
With that, Commissioner, would you want to have them at locations within each precinct?
I think if we have them at a central location, like maybe the Civic Center or something, where
Yeah.
people could show up, and a big enough facility for people to show up and voice their opinion. If it is possible to get one of the rooms at the Civic Center, that's kind of a central location, or we can do individual meetings, one in each precinct, doesn't really matter to me.
What I can do is ask for dates when I leave here at the Civic Center,
Okay,
and then get back with y'all, and then, we will post some meetings.
I think the Civic Center would be great for everybody to get.
yeah, if you can get some dates, I'll amend my motion to say for the judge to establish some dates at the Civic Center for 6 p.m. community meetings and commissioners court meetings to discuss the future improvements in fairgrounds and sports complex. And once those dates are available, we will set up meetings.
second accept.
Second, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? None. 5-0 vote. Item 29, discussion possible action or approval on rescinding February 3rd, 2021 court order 21-0495 of approval of a preliminary master plan for Valverde County Fairgrounds.
Motion to rescind.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 30, discussion possible action or approval of rescinding February 1st, 2022 court order 22-076 in reference to rescinding court order January 18th, 2022 on the sports complex.
Motion to approve and rescind.
I have a second.
Second.
All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Anybody against? I guess I should have said that first. Item 32, discussion of possible action of approval of rescinding January 18th, 2022 court order 22-038 in reference to moving sports complex to SC
Motion
Ranch.
to approve and rescind court order 22-038.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? 5-0 vote. We had also tabled item 48. There is no action on item 48. We will leave it tabled, and it will be brought back to the court. Commissioners' comments? Is there any?
Please go out and vote. We've had 139. What was it?
139.
This is an important election for everybody. Please show up to the polls and vote.
Anybody else?
Judge, did you mention the precinct, that are doing the shots
Vaccines?
for,
We did have one. We had a clinic yesterday in precinct 2, 40 some odd shots.
Yes,
46.
so you're talking about announcing it yours?
Right.
Next one?
Yeah. And then on Wednesday, we have, at the Casa Cultura, we'll have vaccines there, from 12 to 5, is that right?
No, that's a community center on Thursday.
No,
12 to
on
5.
Wednesday. Is it 12 to 5?
right, Casa La Cultura.
At Casa La Cultura on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have, the community center,
12 to 5.
12 to 5.
Drive-through.
Drive-through, yes, sir. So commissioners did have something to say. Are we good?
And nothing mandatory, we're recommending though.
You good?
I'm good.
And I think we're gonna look for testing, on precinct 3, to be able to do testing in precinct 3, either
We're looking for
or
some
voluntary.
testing or home testing in the rural areas where people are having problems getting access to testing, doing something in either Comstock or providing for Comstock, Lake Creek, Fox Canyon, Mosdale, Pandale, those types of areas that are having a difficult time getting access to testing.
Okay. Anything else? You sure?
That's good, Judge.
Huh? County judges' comments again, like what Commissioner Nettleton said, and y'all need to get out and vote. We need to get people out to vote. Some of these elections the primaries will decide who is going to, sit here starting January 1st. State level, federal, local level, everything. But I mean, our primaries, there's a bunch of them are gonna be decided in our primaries. So y'all need to come out and vote. 139, it just isn't a lot.
How many registered voters do we have, Jenny? 27,000?
27,000 plus.
And we've had 0.16%, maybe.
I'm not like that. Couple weeks ago.
Makes us feel important, doesn't it?
The commissioner, yeah. It's like, is there anything in it?
Wow, I feel so important today.
Well, again, y'all have a good day. Item 54, meeting's adjourned. Thank y'all.